What up, audience building? Audience building. Dave just pop in.
Hey.
Audience building.
My name's Alonzo Jackson.
Check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Love, man.
Salute, man.
Thank you.
All right, let's get this started. First of all, I want to welcome everybody out to the Puma Lab right here in Chicago, 3401 Diversity. Shout out to Foot Locker for having us here, man. And give yourself a round of applause for coming through and supporting Chicago, man. Come on, y'all can do better than that, man. Clap, make some noise, bro. I know it's a lot of swagged out individuals in the room, but let's do it cool for a minute and show some love. My name is Leon Rogers, 1075 WGCI. And when they called me to do this event, it was a no-brainer. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care what I had to do. I was going to be here because they got a lot of people in this building that I love and truly care about as African-American men, as businessmen, as just brothers. Shout out to my man Happy on the ones and twos doing this thing. Y'all show up some love, keeping the party rocking. Shout out to my brother Dave Jeff in the building, always one of the purveyors of fashion out here in Chicago. And let's get to the man of the hour right here, right now, man. The creator of Fashion Geek, the brother who along with a few other people, they make it work, man. They represent Chicago. Alonzo Jackson, how you doing, sir? You all right?
Hello.
So listen, man, let's just get right to it, man. Talk about your background as far as it is even dealing with fashion and getting into the fashion game. Before we even get into what we got going on today, just talk about when did the fashion bug bite you and how did you even get started in designing things?
Well, it started high school. Really, it started like 8th or 9th grade with not being able to afford anything. So when we first got a chance and really got into it, we just really went hard.
So I won't hold it against you that you went to Leo. It was a pretty decent school. It wasn't quickly south, but you know what I'm saying? I get it though, a good capital upbringing.
Yeah.
But now that's odd when you say not being able to have things that steers you in the designing, because when you think high-end fashion, you think money, you think rich, you think elite. So how does that play into it? And talking to youngsters that's out here that, you know, may not be able to get the Jordans and stuff every year, how can they unlock that creative potential to create their own fashion?
Well, what makes it high-end is just you saying it's high-end. The high-end brands is nothing different from what we're doing. It's just made in a different space, and for whatever reason, we look up to them as being high-end. It's the same with what we're doing. As far as the kids, you just use me, my guys, Dave, my brother Al, Dante. We didn't have anything. Like, we just kicked in the door like, yo, they tell us we gotta do this, but we're gonna go our way, and we here now. So use that as inspiration.
How does that make you feel when you say you kicked in the door, they tell you to go left, but you go right, and it doesn't affect you? How does that make you feel as an individual?
It makes me feel good. I know that these corporations, for the most part, the people who told me to go left, they don't know what they're talking about. So I wasn't trying to hear it. I went to school for fashion for maybe 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying?
What made you decide to do a collaboration with Puma?
Well, it's been in the works what people don't know for a while. My homegirl Shonda used to be a brand rep, and she used to try to pitch to Puma that I was a so-called, I hate this word, influencer.
Right.
And they should see me some product. And you know, it took them years to really just pay attention to what I was doing. Then my man Emory Jones, he's in the building.
Shout out to Emory.
Yeah, we just stayed in with Puma, locked in, and then one time they just called like, it's your turn. And they gave me the opportunity, and that's what happened.
So listen, when I talk to shorties, I always tell them, I give them my 5 Ps. The first P is passion, the second P is pride, the third P is perseverance, because you're gonna hear no many more times before you hear yes. The fourth P is profit. After you go through all that nonsense, the money is going to come. And then the fifth P is philanthropy. I want to talk about that last P with you. Like, what does fashiongeekzo do to give back to the community? Because I've watched you have a passion. I've watched your pride in your passion. And I've watched you, be told no. I've seen the perseverance and watch you make the profit. So what is fashiongeekzo doing as far as on the philanthropy side in Chicago to help give back?
Okay, well, one of the things people don't know on the marketing side is I've given away more things than I've sold. So that's the first thing, you know what I'm saying? That's the biggest you come in one of the stores, we're not going to let you leave if you say you can't afford the product. And I can speak for all 3 of the doors. So as far as giving, as far as just different charitable events, I spoke with, she brought you up actually yesterday, Inglewood Barbie.
Yeah.
We got some stuff that we're doing in the next couple of weeks. We just giving back all the profits and proceeds if people buy the t-shirts. And that's something we step on. Even me and Dave can speak for me when I say for that. The first shoe I designed with Puma was for the kids in Chicago to affect the gun violence, you know what I'm saying? So we got something that's going on. We always about that first, because I'm gonna get mine, but we just really want to make sure everybody else feel like we're not just robbing the culture.
What is it about Puma's heritage that made you want to work with them? Because you probably could have went to any other brand. You could have went to, the Swoosh. You could have went to Reebok. You could have went anywhere. What is it about Puma that made you want to go to them?
Just going left, and that's just what the brand is about. My thing is the blank canvas and showing people that we can do something different and make it cool, like not being cocky at all. But you've been buying shoes for a while. You ever saw a line for a pair of Pumas?
No.
There it is, you know what I'm saying? So just showing that with the right influence and design, that we can create something if it was any brand, but definitely using Puma just with the family and them understanding the vision and letting me do what I do.
So let's talk about the shoe real quick. Let's talk about the inspiration behind the shoe, because listen, everybody in here knows you put that ish up on Instagram, right? And was like, it's coming. And the next thing you know, that post went crazy.
Yeah.
That post went super crazy. Did you expect that when you dropped that, or was that like a thing where like, let me see what the heat registers on this is going to be, or do I know this is a for sure jump shot when I let it go from my end, when I hit that send button?
Well, the cocky side, I knew what it was.
Right.
But I would use, again, my brother Dave Jeff, and that was God. Because the way it happened...
Pop, that was God, Pop.
Yeah,
Pop, you got to be humble, Pop.
100%. 100%. When it came, what happened is the people from Puma came in town, and we had designed that shoe, which I can be honest, you know what I'm saying, because it's here now, but that was a throwaway. We've really been designing some crazy stuff for Puma, and that was the least favorite out of everything. But I knew what it was. The guys from Puma came in town, it was a Tuesday. We met up at the bar, and they was like, yeah, we're gonna scrap that shoe because we want you to do some other stuff. And I saw it, and I'm like, I think y'all are messing up by scrapping this, but not knowing the way to tell them that. So I convinced them. I said, well, if we're gonna scrap it, I need a real slick. Like, if we're gonna throw away the shoe, let me just throw it on the ground then. It was a Tuesday night, and then I've never seen nothing like that.
No.
Ever.
Like, I jumped in your inbox like a thirsty little stripper. I was like, I need them. I don't know when they coming out.
So
I need them, man.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it went viral. Like, I've never seen nothing like that.
Did you get, because I know you used to putting stuff out and it sells out and stuff, but what were the goosebumps like just off that? Like, just off seeing them people?
It's no way to be cool about what happened that night. Like, it's no way. Like, the coolest guy, yo, to see it and see it was at 900 comments in 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, to see what happened, I've never seen anything like that.
You did the Tom Cruise slide into the room in your socks, G.
Like, it was crazy. We went out that night.
Bottles everywhere.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about the start of Fashion Geek and how have you been able to gain and maintain a great following? Because a lot of people come out with some hot stuff, flash in the pan, boom, and then 2-3 months later it's gone. They check their little bag and then they jump out. How have you managed to create this entity and maintain it for so long?
Because I'm a consumer first off. I'm into it. If you know me, then you know I shop. You know what I'm saying? There's no stopping. I'm a student, so it's pretty easy to create because I know what fashion is always going because I'm a student. I'm on YouTube all night. I haven't missed a fashion show in Paris in maybe 5 years because they all on YouTube. I watch every fashion documentary. I watch everything that's fashion related on Netflix.
So I'm glad you're saying that. So basically to the young designers out there, there's no excuse for you not knowing your craft. I kind of say that when it comes to young comedians. I'm like, you can't tell me that you do this game, but you don't know about the pioneers and the history and how stuff goes. So even if you can't get to Paris, you can still see Fashion Week.
Everything is on YouTube, you know, but I take it deeper while I play a mental game with myself. When people walk up and they talk and I'm like, I bet he don't know his jeans is 14 ounces.
Wow.
It's a whole different...
No, I had no idea. I thought we was about to smoke something. You said 14 ounces, bro. I'm here in the Puma Lab. Come on, bro. Get outside.
So it's just to tell people, like, be careful. Like, I never want to be in a situation where I look like a fool. So from being around fashion guys for years, I would sit there and I'm like, okay, well, if somebody ever asks me this, then I'm gonna let them know and be ready. Right, I'm all the way ready.
So they're young. I see now today, and this is no disrespect to anybody that's out there doing this thing, but I see now today, kind of like how in comedy we get the guys on the internet that do the Instagram comedy, and boom, they got a big following. I see a lot of different T-shirts out there. You know, everybody's got a press now. Mm-hmm. Everybody's, you know, printing up shirts. My shirts are the dopest, you know. And what do you say to young fashion designers that are trying to start their own fashion brand? What are some of the do's and some of the don'ts? And maybe this is something that you charge $10,000 consultation fee, but if you had to give one nugget, if you had to give one nugget, a do and a don't, from you being in this business so long, what would it be?
Well, if you can Google it, then it's not original. Yeah.
Oh. So if I can type it in on Google and it pops up.
I mean, the thing is, if you look at it, we can just be frank with the colors. You know what I'm saying? When I was doing the colors, it wasn't accepted. Now people use it as the cheat code. That's why I went left with the stuff that I did, like stuff like this with hidden messages, you know what I'm saying? Just to show that I'm graduated from that. You guys can have it. But just know when you copying or mimicking somebody, I'm not going to say nothing, but the people are DMing me dogging you.
The streets gonna talk.
Yes, they gonna let you know. Like, that's the part I love, that I often tell my brother, like, we don't have to entertain that. Like, I'm getting 1,000 messages from the people screenshotting it, like, look what they doing, they stealing what y'all doing. That's good enough for me. I can't entertain that.
So when you're in a creative space, does Zoe get up in the morning and say, hey, I'm gonna design a shirt? Because I know when I get up in the morning, I don't think like, hey, I'm gonna write some jokes today. I'll be sitting on the subway platform and I'll see something crazy, and I'll pull out my little recorder and be like, a bum just peed on another bum on the subway. And I'm gonna go home and figure out how to write a joke about that. And do you see something that inspires you?
Yeah,
or you got things afloat in your head?
Every day with my guys, again, they'll tell you, I'm always pulling my phone out and I'm putting it in my notes. So at night, that's when I turn into a monster. Like, maybe from 1 to 5 in the morning, I'm just, I got concepts. I got, maybe if somebody was to steal my phone, my notes is crazy, yeah. So it's everything in there. I got so much stuff, man, for the next 2-3 years, you wouldn't believe it.
Have you ever been in a room or side by some fashion icons? And if so, what's the vibe like between you and them? I know you talk a lot about cockiness, you know what I'm saying? And I see that a lot in the fashion industry. When you're in a room with those people, is it more of a sponge absorbing type thing? Or is it a shoulder to shoulder, hey, you know, we doing it over here too?
Well, that's the thing we get now. Just we use the magic show for that. You know what I'm saying? Vegas. I go to New York Sunday for Fashion Week. Like, it used to be when you're in the room, you're not intimidated, but I don't have the background. But now it's different. Just being honest, like I've put some dudes in, and the ones that's making noise, they come to me and like, yo, I see you. Like, it's your time. You know what I'm saying? Love. It used to be, but now it's all love.
Talk about African Americans in the fashion industry, because, you know, we're stylish people, bro. Like, from the beginning of time, even if you go over and check the Congo dandies, like I just saw a documentary about that, that was crazy, like how brothers over in Africa spend thousands of dollars on suits just to be clean, and they walking like out of a hut, like sharp as hell. So talk about that in the fashion industry. As far as African Americans are concerned, how are we making our dent, or are we making any leeway in the fashion industry?
Yeah, it's just depending on who you listening to. You listen to Kanye and he tell you no, but you got Virgil is the head of Louis Vuitton right now. It doesn't get any bigger than a Louis Vuitton, and That's a guy from Chicago, a black guy that's ahead of it, that's pushing the buttons over everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely in it. It's just we got to know our own power and act like it and act to it.
So what's next for you and Fashion Geek? Will we see more colorways of the Evo knit? Will we coming with something different, something flavorful? Will Leon be on the influencer list? These are things that people want to know right now.
Okay.
While we're live.
Next, I got another store opening up next month. That's the first thing. Yeah, we back in the South Loop. That's gonna open next month. It's another 4 or 5 shoes that drop next year. You know what I'm saying? We're working on something huge with this Evo that I'm not supposed to speak on, but yeah.
So you got a turkey in the oven, but you're gonna be serving macaroni and cheese and yams to that turkey, right?
Nah, it's a turkey in the oven, and I'm gonna serve you some more turkeys.
Okay, all right.
I got a jerk turkey.
Yeah, Skip.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, anything you want to say to the people out there before we wrap this up, man, so you can shake hands and let everybody can, because I need you to sign a box for me too, so when you make it, I can put it on eBay.
Yo.
And it's college tuition. Anything you want to say to the people out there, man?
On a serious note, just humble. It was raining Friday, Saturday. You know what I'm saying? And just to see that was extremely humbling. I know we're in a cool city where everybody is too cool to do everything, because I'm one of them guys. But just to see it, the response, like, I'm humbled. And I just say thank you to everybody.
Once again, man, there you have it. Alonzo Jackson, founder of Fashion Geek, man. The new shoe, the Evo Knit Fashion Geek collab from Puma, man. Shout out to everybody that's in here today. Give yourself a round of applause. Shout out to my man Zo, man. Love you, brother. I'm glad you're doing it big.
Shout out to my brother Fashion Geek.
Oh, man. Shout out to Al, a.k.a. the Goon. The Gooch. All right, man. Happy gonna turn back up, man. Get this music cracking, man. Zo gonna shake some hands, take some pictures, man. Appreciate y'all coming out. Keep coming to Foot Locker, the Puma Lab out here in Foot Locker. I used to work for Foot Locker. Foot Locker's kind of special to me. You know what I'm saying? I know the statute of limitations is over, but you know, I used to put people up with female flip-flops all 95th. I said 20 years ago. No, God bless y'all, man. Let's keep it moving.